going on, guys? Reviews Ty J and welcome to a brand new video, and today it's time for episode 6 of Sprints to the Finish, and today we're with the Force India team and the driver of Paul di Resta. And obviously last time out in the Sauber we got our first points finish of the series with Nico Hulkenberg in the wet, where we managed to finish in 9th. And obviously with Paul di Resta, he retired actually in the real life race, a double retirement for Force India. I believe both hydraulics problems. I think Sutter was like lap 10 and then di Resta quite near the end of the race. Hopefully we don't retire this time, and hopefully we can even beat our points position last time. But it's going to be quite tough. As you can see, Alonso's on pole for this race and Van der Gaard starts alongside us on the grid. So I think we're ready to get going for episode 6 of Sprint to the Finish. Remember, the McLaren vote will be down in the comments. Make sure to vote on that. But if you do go on to enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and if you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you at the grid. We still haven't got points in the dry. Can we do it with di Resta? That is the question. We're going to find out right now because the lights are illuminating above the drivers. We have 5 lights and it is lights out. And away we go for the 6th time this series, using our Varkers for this one. Yet again, not a great start, but pretty much we can just dive bomb down to the first corner and hopefully overtake a few cars. But we're going to stick it down the middle maybe, and we haven't had a good corner at all. Actually though, we've managed to find a space in the middle of about 6 cars there. As you can see, Ricardo, we just overtook him on the middle of the track. And going up the inside, we're squeezing with Bottas, and we've just got past Maldonado as well. And who we drove with last episode, oh my lord, going around the outside of 2 cars. We've done that successfully. Now we're on the outside of Gutierrez. Can we do Perez? No, we can't. Can we? Yes, we can. We've got around the outside of Perez, and it wasn't an illegal overtake. That's a fantastic start. And we've no. We've messed it up now. But that was a fantastic start. Best start probably of the series to date, really, especially in the dry. And as you can see, Mark Webber's ahead, and unfortunately, honestly, I believe we're going to stay in 9th again. I want to catch up to Webber, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. So that's a real shame, really. But getting past Perez was brilliant, to be honest, and Gutierrez at the start of the race. As you can see, Webber 1.5 seconds ahead. And I haven't been on this game for a while. I was actually in a league race on this last night in UTR, driving with the 90s cars. So driving now in the 2013 cars is really weird to driving, if you like. But anyway, coming around the last corner for the first time, really it's going to be a defensive job because we have Sergio Perez behind us, and obviously he's in the faster McLaren if you count it on constructors' points. So Perez, will he make a move up the inside? Obviously, di Resta's tip. No, it wasn't di Resta's teammate. It was he basically took di Resta's seat at Force India the next year. And Gutierrez actually managed to get past Perez, and the 2 Mexicans are fighting behind us. So hopefully we can just keep hold of this 9th place and come home to a decent finish. So after this episode, there'll be 5 more to go. You'll have McLaren, then I believe you've got Lotus, Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. I forgot which order they're in, but obviously McLaren I know comes next. And these videos will be coming out hopefully every 3 days to you. So the next one will be out on Boxing Day, and then the 29th, and then I think there'll be one on New Year's Eve as well. But this series will probably be finished by about the 5th of January. Then there'll be a new series on the channel, which I haven't decided what I'm doing yet. But as I just said, there's 5 more episodes left of this, and hopefully you have enjoyed the series so far. It's quite an interesting, really short series, just to see how we do in different cars. And obviously the unfortunate bit about the mid-pack is, like, we've got Webber ahead of us, and really we can't catch up to Webber. He just goes away because, to be honest, you know, Webber, he's just quicker because he's in the faster car, which is inevitable, you know, with Vettel winning the championship in that year. Of course, Vettel's last championship. But no, it has been interesting to go back to F1 2013 because obviously you don't tend to play the older F1 games, if you like, because, you know, once a new one comes out, you don't tend to. It's a bit like FIFA. You don't go back on FIFA 13 to do a career mode, do you? But to be fair, the F1 games, 2014 wasn't that good, and 2015's been a disappointment. So it's quite nice to come back to something that's quite interesting, something that's quite short, so it's not something that I'll get bored of like a career mode. And Raikkonen's actually dropped to 8th place. Where is he? Oh, he's in the wall! That's unbelievable! Raikkonen, he's in the wall. How he is in the wall, I have no idea. But Raikkonen is out of this race, and we are into 8th place. And if we can keep this place, it's behind the highest we've finished all year. Unbelievable stuff. That's what I mean about this game. It's brilliant, like F1 2010, when the drivers just crashed into each other. It's a bit more realistic. That's quite a shock that Kimi's crashed there. But obviously, I think Button may have been involved in that as well, because Webber's got past, I know, Jensen Button for a start. And maybe Button might not have been caught up in that. He might have just been... And we lose a bit of time there. But we're coming around the last few corners now. We've got optimal fuel, which means we'll finish this race absolutely fine. If we can keep this position from Esteban Gutierrez, we will retain the 8th place and get our best position of the series so far. And as you can see, Fernando Alonso wins the Grand Prix from pole position, pole to win. And we're going to go from 22nd to 8th place in the 6th episode of Sprints to the finish. Now that is absolutely fantastic. The most positions gained, obviously so far, of the series, up to 8th. And that's brilliant. So we go in the McLaren next, either Button or Perez. Will we stay loyal to our home and go with Jensen Button? Or do you fancy going with the Mexican, Sergio Perez? I'd love to find out as soon as. And make sure you do vote in that vote. And as you can see, Suttle had an absolutely abysmal race. He might have been caught up with Raikkonen. I very much doubt it though, because I think he was behind us, not in front. But if you have enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment. If you haven't done already, make sure to subscribe. And I'll see you for episode 7 of Sprint to the Finish with either Button or Perez. Make sure to leave a vote, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.